Hello, my name is Liza, and today I'd like to share with you how I made my candy corn napkin holder. My project came to be because I found this really cute package of candy corn shaped napkins at Home Goods. But when I got home, they didn't fit in my usual napkin holder. So DollarTree to the rescue. I picked up one of these metal napkin holders and also the pumpkin paint-it-yourself ornaments. I used candy corn colors, white, orange, and yellow paint, some black scrapbook paper. First thing I did was I painted my pumpkin shapes in candy corn, white, orange, and yellow. Then I used the black cardstock to cover the back of the jack-o'-lantern because I wanted it to have black eyes. And I also painted the witch's hat. Then when I put my witch's hat next to the jack-o'-lantern, I thought it looked a little blah. So with using a eraser from the back of a pencil and my same three colors, I just made some dots on top of my hat just to give it a little bit of pizzazz. Next, I needed to attach my pumpkin to the one side of the napkin holder, and I did that with hot glue and some ribbon. And here you can see I secured it by the top and the bottom pieces of napkin holder. I added a little ribbon to the hat, and I thought she was done. I added my napkins, and it was only by chance that my candy corn napkins and my jack-o'-lantern lined up. If you don't have the candy corn napkins like I did, you can also use the DollarTree napkins. They had little candy corns in them and a little cat, and I thought they looked cute. And maybe candy corn's not your thing. You could do the same process just by using one of the pieces of a Halloween decor piece, and I just attached it that way. Then I decided I think I want mine to be two-sided, so the scarecrow was born. So again, I used the witch's hats and some pumpkin shapes. And with a scissor, I cut the witch part of the hat off so that I would have more of a derby style hat. I don't know my hats. And then with a sanding block and a nail file, and I just rounded off the edges so that, it came more of a shape. Painted it brown on both sides. And with a marker, I just added in some detail for the hat and then some brown ink just to shade it, just to give it some depth and dimension. Next, I painted the pumpkin shape taupe color for the scarecrow's face. And I used my hat as a placeholder so I knew where to draw my scarecrow's face with a black Sharpie. Then I colored in the eyes with the black Sharpie. I colored in the nose with an orange marker. And I used the white chalk marker for some white in his eyes. I had to do it like 10 times. I don't suggest using that to get your white dots. Next, I needed to make some reverse pieces for my shape. So I just covered one of the pieces with orange paper, and I drew it into a pumpkin. And now I have 3 pieces to go with my 4th piece that's already on my napkin holder because I wanted a front and a back to each piece. Then I've decided my scarecrow needed some straw, so I used some raffia and I tied it into a bundle and I snipped it so that it looked like hair. And I hot glued it to the back of the scarecrow face. And then I also secured it with some hot glue along the sides of his head so he didn't have too much of crazy hair. Then I wanted him to have some bangs, so again with some raffia, I just glued some to the back of the hat. Once I had enough on there, I just gave it a quick little trim to make it short enough for bangs, and I cut them at angles because, I wanted them to be a little wispy. And then using some hot glue and some wood glue, and some clamps, I glued the hat onto the scarecrow's head. In the meantime, I knew I needed to have some kind of a shim between my front and back pieces. So I got some scrap paint stick stirrers, and I used some wood glue, and I just doubled the depth of the paint sticks. And once it was dry, I cut 2 small pieces, and they were going to provide my shim space between my backs and my fronts of each part of my napkin holder. So here you can see I already glued it onto the back of the candy corn, and then I took the pumpkin and I glued that onto the wood shim. So now I had a back and a front to that part, and then I put the wood shim on the back of the scarecrow. And instead of using ribbon this time, I thought raffia is very strong, so I just used that to tie my scarecrow, attach my scarecrow to my front of my napkin holder. And I did that again with the hat, and so that it wouldn't be flip-flopping back and forth. And then I added my candy corn piece to the back of the scarecrow head, so that way no matter which way you looked, the right side, the holidays matched with each other. And this was a close-up of how it turned out. Then I needed to add a little flower to the scarecrow's hat, but I could only find the bigger of the little embellishments DollarTree carries for the sunflowers, so I made my own out of cardstock, and I glued it on, added some DollarTree fall napkins, and now I had a 2-sided napkin holder. Quarantino and I hope you enjoyed our project. If you did, please give our video a thumbs up, leave us a comment, and as always, if you aren't already subscribing, please consider doing so. Quarantino and I will be back again soon with another project. Thanks for watching. Take care.